first question that I have is, how does your organization, 8 News, handle breaking news events, and how are these events communicated to your audience?
We really handle breaking news in a variety of ways. We are very big on social media. So if we see something that's breaking on Twitter or on Facebook, in many ways we may tweet it out or post it on Facebook first. And then, let our viewers know that we're sending a crew to the scene or that we're, trying to get information from police. But we might just put a little blurb out there just to let folks know that we are aware of a breaking news situation. Usually at that point, we'll have a web producer who will then post whatever information we have online on our website.
Okay.
And then if we're in the middle of a newscast, our producers will definitely try and get it on the air. If by chance we're not in the middle of a newscast, then of course we'll, get the information on air as soon as there is a newscast, unless it's crazy breaking news, and then we'll cut into programming and do the news from there. But I would say more often than not, we usually break stories, Facebook, Twitter, and during our newscasts.
Awesome. Okay, so as you just mentioned, it seems like new technology is already being integrated in the breaking news. But what other technologies are you guys using as far as gathering and collecting while breaking news is happening?
Well, one thing our news director has us doing is we always have to have our smartphones. In fact,
Wow.
they actually give us a credit of $40 toward our cell phone bill because they know that we need to have a plan that has a good data capabilities, can take pictures, can tweet, can post pictures on Facebook and things like that. So our news director is very big on just making sure that we're equipped when we go out to a scene, that even if we don't have a photographer with us, we can at least snap pictures and get information back to the newsroom as quickly as possible. We also use, resources as far as social media to make contacts. Sometimes, a local group may post some information about an event and just post it on Twitter for everyone to see that's going on in our area. So if we notice it, we may respond directly to them on Twitter, or we may send them a direct message, or we may just say, hey, would you mind sending us a release, and sending them our email address. So in a lot of ways, sometimes we can gather interesting stories and things kind of outside of the norm if we see it on social media.
That's really cool. The next question I have is about blogging. And I was wondering, does Channel 8 require that your organization maintains a blog? And if you guys do have a blog, what's the purpose of the blog, and what's your blog presence like?
We're actually very unique in that sense. Our news director actually prefers us not to blog.
Oh, wow.
She feels like she doesn't want our opinions to sway viewers.
Mm-hmm.
So she encourages us to have a Facebook fan page and also a Twitter account to interact with viewers, but actually doesn't want us promoting, a particular viewpoint, whether it's, politics or, current events or hot topics. So we try to, to kind of shy away from developing, a blog with just our own ideas. I mean, if it's something that 8 News supports, usually it's something that we focus our attention through Facebook, a fan page through Facebook, or through our Twitter account.
Okay, that's really interesting. You're the first person I've interviewed that's had that with your organization.
Yeah, I know. When she first told me that, I was a little surprised because some of our competing stations actually have blogs, and I don't know if it's just her opinion or company policy, but regardless, she just said that's kind of been her stance, and that will probably continue to be her stance for now as far as blogs.
That makes sense, though. So, and since you guys are not blogging, and what other ways does she support her staff being able to promote their talent and the talents of the organization?
Well, we do a lot of community events. So if ever a request comes into the station to have one of our anchors or reporters host an event or serve as a judge, maybe for a particular contest, The station is definitely a proponent of that. In fact, we have a talent request form that we ask folks to fill out just so that the station can keep a record of all the community events that we do around town. And every month, our promotions coordinator will send out a list to our managers. So our general manager and our news director will get a list of what events are going on and which anchors and reporters are covering those particular events.